Hey, hi there, creative Tartanites. Sorry for the sudden aha, but this is the third time I have tried to go on live today. Um, YouTube has just kept doing the circle. You're going live, yada yada yada. Hi Rachel, hi Mona, and so I was just staring at the screen until obviously it went you're live. So hence the excitement. Yay! Hi guys. How are you this evening? Hi there. Hello. I'm not really sure how to pronounce your name. Could it possibly be Joy? Or is it Joy? Perhaps you can let me know in the comments. But welcome. Welcome. It is Joy. Oh, fantastic. Thank you. So I'm not all that bad then. I got it right the second time round. Or was it the first time round? I said two things, but I can't remember which way round it was. Hello, Madonna. Hello. So I'm here. Normally I do my time lapse Tuesday. So maybe in honor of that, I should be going. But then you wouldn't be able to kind of stand me, so I won't. But I'm really excited, and I'll tell you why I'm excited. Because my best friend, Mona, who is also my moderator for chat as well, totally blew me away. She sent me some happy mail, and the happy mail was more than I could ever have expected in happy mail. I was just so touched. I wanted to share it with you. Now, if you are a member of the Creative Tartanite tribe, then you will have already, oh, you're watching through the big TV. I'm this big. So if you're already a member of the Creative Tartanite tribe, you will have seen in group that Mona had actually shared, and by the way, forgive the mess. I have actually been creating today. So I did kind of slightly tidy up, but I really didn't have time to put everything away. Anyway, I digress again. If you are on the group, you will have seen Mona's photographs and the little video that she did. So you're seeing it again. However, you're seeing it in my studio. Ta-da! This is Mona's flip out book, which is awesome, that she created for the October challenge. Now, there is glitter on this, which is absolutely awesome, and you can see that it has been raised up off of the front cover, and it opens like so, and there is a little tag in here which reads, and I can't read upside down or backwards, autumn is a second spring when everything is a flower. Sorry. There we go. I read it the first time round. I don't know why I couldn't read it this time round. Probably because I'm reading it at a bit of a funny angle. Because the moment I turned it, I was able to read it. So that's the tag. And look at the detailed work. We've got faux stitching. We've got the leaves from the October paper. And we have got some beautiful, beautiful ribbon. Oh, hi, Beth. Hiya. Oh, Terry's watching too. Hello, Terry. Hi, honey. It's a family joke. Don't worry about it. It's a family joke. Terry is my daughter's husband. And we always said that we were going to write to the papers and make lots of money, saying that something along the lines of my mother stole my husband. Yeah. Kidding, of course. So please don't be offended. Anyway, so we've got a lovely panel here. And we open it up and we've got these leaves here, which are also full of glitter. And then Mona's poem here, which, if Mona doesn't mind, I'm going to read out. So autumn is walking in crisp air, collecting a bouquet of red, yellow, orange and gold leaves. A cup of hot chocolate, tea, all curled up on the sofa with a book. Candlelights. Mona, isn't that pretty? I am just absolutely thrilled to bits that she sent it to me. How cool is that? So well done, Mona, for participating in the October challenge. If you're not part of the Creative Tartanite Tribe and you are watching now either live or on the replay, then please check us out. I will pop a link to the group in the chat. So come along and check it out and see what it's all about. At the moment, we've got the October challenge on the go. We have free downloadable papers for the October challenge if you so wish to participate. Yes, they're very nice words that could be used in the autumn journal. Absolutely. Terry says there's still time. Now, this is awesome. I'm going to show you in the order that I looked at these. So first of all, I noticed this. I could not notice these. These are a little bag of beads. Now, I happened to mention to Mona that I was looking for Christmas beads, and I was looking for ones that were that looked like candy. And she came across these, and she was buying for herself anyway, so she bought me a pack. Now, that was just absolutely, I was blown away by her generosity. You know, you can't buy that kind of friendship. How cool are these? Aren't these lovely? Let me take some out for you. Let me just pop that down just a fraction. There we go. Oh, it's not focusing. It doesn't like. Nope. Well, oh, losing them already. There we go. How lovely are they? I am going to have so much fun. Oh, hello, Christine. Good evening. Oh, Gail, hi there. Hello, 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 hello. I'm just doing a little bit of show and tell. I got a fantastic package from Mona. So these are the little beads, and I cannot wait to use these. I have so many ideas. I'm filming with a camera. I'm filming with the Logitech high definition 1080p camera. And then I spied these. Now these are ATCs that Mona has painted. We have got a vase, and this is totally amazing. We have a little landscape. Now, for some reason, it doesn't really like, there we go. There we are. Isn't that lovely? That is absolutely stunning. I couldn't have asked for a more lovely present. Then I spied this. Now, I'm not going to turn it around because it's the message, that the little letter that Mona sent me. But isn't this lovely too? I'm just totally blown away. And just when I thought that was it, because I thought, oh, that is so lovely, I've got some lovely gifts, these fell out. Now in here we have an array of different charms. So I am going to have an absolute blast using these as well. Oh, I see we've got a troll in the house, have we? Or had a troll in the house. Thank you, Mona, for your fantastic work as always. Yeah, had company, Joey. Mona's got rid of him. Some people are just rude. So I just had to come on and share. And truth be told, I'm in the process of trying to edit a video, and I had my granddaughter at the weekend, and if you haven't already seen it, we did a live session on Friday on YouTube. Please watch it. My granddaughter is 8 years old, and she painted a face, and she is just too adorable not to watch. She was absolutely fantastic. Hello, Linda. Hello. Hi there. Madison was just absolutely, she was amazing. She showed no fear. I could learn a few things from her, because she really just does not have any fear. She doesn't care that people might think her painting's rubbish, because she doesn't see it as rubbish. She sees it as creative, and in fact, she said to me, she says it's perfect. Because I asked her, do you want to do, and I can't remember the exact wording, but I asked her if she wanted to do something, and she said, no, it's perfect the way it is. Now, come on, guys. Who doesn't want to think that about their work? Yeah? Does that make sense? Hi, Chrissy. Hi. Hello. Thank you for joining me. I am just singing my granddaughter's praises, and I've just shared some happy mail that I got from Mona. Her generosity has totally blown me away, and I think that if you haven't already checked Mona's channel out, I think that is something that you guys, I would appreciate you doing, because quite frankly, I want to send some love Mona's way today, because she has sent some love my way, and I'd like to send some love back. So if you don't already know Mona, there's her channel there. Now, I was recently watching a video by Daryl. Is it Daryl Leaves? I think it's Daryl Leaves. I don't think it's Daryl. I think it's Daryl. And he was talking about a story of a creator who had lost her channel. Then she got it back, but then she had lost her views, and all the other YouTubers who were big actually helped her to regain the views that she had lost because of the time of that she'd been off of the platform, even though she got her channel back. And and it really hit home, because one of the things that I'm involved with is the creative arts collaboration. Now, the creative arts collaboration is specifically for YouTubers, creative YouTubers, anybody who has an arts and crafts channel can apply to join. Mona's saying that she had seen that video too before I had mentioned it. Yes, because I had posted about it in the CAC. Now, the CAC is an awesome group. It was founded by Cinnamon, who is the art Sherpa, and she founded it with the belief and the idea that we creative YouTubers, in order for us to be able to succeed, we would find it a less lonely place and a much more supportive place if we had a group of our own peers of varying different stages, because it's not just little channels, there are some big channels as well. And I believe that Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter, has also said that something along the lines of the rising tide lifts all ships, or something along those lines. So essentially, it's, you know, when we all support each other, we help each other to move. So it's not about oh, you know, if I shout out so and so, they're going to take my views, and vice versa, and yada yada yada. It really is, from what I can tell, it really is about community and helping each other. And there's enough. Is the CAC on Facebook? Yes, it is, Joey. It is on Facebook. Let me grab you a link. If Mona doesn't beat me to it. Oh, as Mona bet me to it. She's quick as Mona. That's why she's a moderator. So yes, thank you, Linda, for sending some love Mona's way. Mona is she lives in Sweden, and I forget that English is not her first language. She is an absolutely awesome person. It makes a change. I don't normally beat you to it, Mona. So yeah, all you need to do is answer the questions. If you're a creative YouTuber, you do arts and crafts, then please copy and paste your channel link. As an admin, I run the CAC with Cinnamon, and I will admit I get a little frustrated when people don't copy and paste properly, because then I have to go search for them, and sometimes I can't always find them. It's not necessarily as easy as you might think to find people, which is why we ask for the links to be copy and pasted into one of the questions. It just makes it much easier for us to find and verify that you are a creative YouTuber. Yes, alas, I do sing too, Mona. Yes. So now, a question that was asked ages ago was actually my daughter was asking me what I was creating today. Well, I have been busy creating papers for next month's challenge. Now, I don't know. Shall I give you a sneak peek? Will I let you see a little bit? Will I? Will I? Will I? Will I? Oh, I don't know. Will I? Oh, I know. I'm such a tease. I am such a tease. Okay. Well, this one's definitely going to be in the paper pack. So we've got that one. And I think this one's probably going to go in the paper pack as well. I can't let the cat out of the bag just yet. Hello there. Hello. Now let me see if I can try and pronounce your name. Is it Humaira? Humaira? I've probably totally got that one wrong. So my apologies, but a very big welcome. Thank you so much for popping in and saying hello. So, yes, just checking to see if there are any questions. One of the other things that I've been busy doing is every now and then, even though I'm perfectly capable of coming up with my own designs, sometimes I want to just have a play and follow along with a tutorial. And who better to follow along than the art Sherpa? I will get my words out eventually. And I did this one. I loved this tutorial. It's very similar to a type of painting that I've done before with flowers. So I was really drawn to this. It was really very quick, and this is one of those ampersand. Let's see if I've got the other one kicking about somewhere. Here it's here. This is it here. Ampersand gesso board. This came in the, get my words out again, the Art Sherpa art experience box. That's the words I was looking for. The art experience box. So yes, I thought that one would be absolutely awesome on this. I was so pleased with it on the board that I thought, do you know what? I've got some paper or I've got some pages in my art journal that could do with being painted on, and now that I'm talking about it, I can't find. Why do I do this all the time? Every time I should be ready. I should actually just say, right, I'm going live, so get all the journals on the pages that they're supposed to be on, because I end up not being able to find what I'm looking for. And I bet you it's not in this journal. I bet you it's in the other one, which now I'm at losses to know where the other journal is. In fact, it is in the other journal, and I'll tell you why it's in the other journal, because I know that I cleaned my brushes off in this one. I give up. Not very organized, am I? Never mind. I wonder what I've done with my other journal. Ah, here it's here. Found it. Found it, found it, found it. So, now to find it. See, this is the trouble with just randomly picking pages. Because randomly picking pages means that I've got to hunt for everything rather than, ta-da! There we go. Now, you'll see the kind of paint poking through here and poking through there. That's because this is actually a page. It is very like a treasure hunt, Chrissy. The colours you see poking through is because I had cleaned a palette off on this page, and I loved this so much, and I still had loads of paint left because, well, it's so small that I didn't use a lot of paint. I had so much paint left that I decided to do a second one in my journal. So hello, Margaret. Hi there. Welcome to the Creative Tartanite Tribe. Thank you for joining me this evening. Now, normally I do time-lapse Tuesday, but my granddaughter was here at the weekend, so I really didn't get a chance to edit my video. And I'm not blaming my granddaughter, I'm blaming myself, because I knew she was coming for the weekend and I could have done it before, but I've been so distracted with 101 different things, trying to get designs done for various different things, that I thought, oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I didn't blame it on Madison. I just said I didn't blame it on Madison. So, oh, Chrissy, that's lovely. She's coming for a week. Lovely. And oh, hi, Laura. Laura's ordered a small set of gouache paints, but I'm not going to be painting portraits or landscapes or still life with them. So what are you planning to do, Laura? What are you planning to use the gouache for? That sounds exciting. Mona says, Tanya, you know what we was talking about yesterday in the middle of the night? I came up with a yes. Excellent. Brilliant. Fantastic. I look forward to it. Is art your day job? No, it's not too nosy. And unfortunately for me, art is not my day job. I'm actually a nurse. I'm a qualified nurse by trade. But I know I'm talking about because of the people I hang about with. I'm creative at heart. I crochet, I sew, I paint, I draw. The painting in the background there is actually an oil painting that I'm in the middle of doing. So, you know, I dabble in a lot of all sorts, but it really boils down to the people that I hang out with. And I hang out with some really awesome people. I hang out with Mona. I hang out with Stephanie from Deliberately Creative. I hang out with Mark from MWB Arts, and also Fancy Nancy, who's also a fantastic artist. They're all members of the Art Sherpa design team, which I'm a member of. Yes, I am a qualified nut. You got that so right, Gail. Yeah, no, I'm a qualified nurse. Margaret says, I've got to go, but enjoyed this so much. I'll join again soon. Until then, goodbye. Thank you for coming, Margaret. I will be probably back live again on Friday. And at that point, I'll probably actually be doing some creating. Don't know what I'll do, but no, it's fine, Gail, because the kind of nurse that I am actually a registered mental nurse. So depending on what way you say that, that's probably about right. So bye, Margaret. Take care. Right. Thumbs up for this stream and for being a nurse. Thank you, Joey. Thank you very much. So Gail says, oh yeah, that's a tough type of nurse. It can be. But I guess it's like anything. You know, it's easy when you know how, as they say. Although nursing is not easy, but certainly makes it easier when you know what you're doing. Yeah. So my apologies for not having a video for today. Normally I would just kind of not post and then kind of sort of say sorry and but I thought, I'm not doing anything at this moment in time. I might as well go live and say hello to everybody and explain why there isn't a video or a time-lapse video today. Truth be told, it was really very time-consuming trying to actually edit the video, and I'll tell you why. Because my head kept getting in the way the camera was and the way the palette was, and it just seemed to take forever to cut out all the little bits that are just of the camera at the side of my head. Oh, thank you so much, Christine and Chrissy and everybody. So thank you, very much appreciated. And Rachel says lives are better. Do you know, I really thoroughly enjoy going live, because going live means that I actually get to interact with people. And it feels as if I'm creating with friends, and that's priceless. That is just awesome. Has anybody got any questions that they might like to ask me? I know Rachel was asking in group about doing a video for a journal page. Linda says, I can't imagine how hard it is to edit. It's time consuming. I think that's the difficulty. There is a learning curve with the editing software, but once you know it, it's a little bit easier. Oh, you got me there. Apparently I'm ugly. Well, do you know, what can I say? What can I say to that? I may be ugly on the outside, but I've got a beautiful heart. Oh, just some random person who comes in. They're called trolls, Rachel. What they do is they come in and they try and steal your happiness. But, you know, I've got enough happiness to share around, so they can have some. You know? People, for whatever reason, whether it be because they think it's funny or because they... oh, thank you, Mona. Linda says, I've been watching videos on how to do a video. Is there anything that I can help you with in this video, Linda? Is there any hints and tips that I could maybe give you for making a video? Oh, thank you, Linda. Because if there's anything I can help you with, I'm more than happy to lend a hand just now, if that's going to be of any use. So does that answer your question, Rachel? So they are keyboard warriors. They wouldn't say it to your face. Probably likely. They probably wouldn't say it to your face. Poetic Angel Art. Oh, somebody's brought donuts. Yay! I hope they're gluten-free and sugar-free. I'm not eating gluten, and I can't really sugar. Who cares about the trolls? Not me. No, neither do I. And you know, they're interacting. Whether they thumbs up, thumbs down, doesn't matter. If I get thumbs down, it's still interaction. It's YouTube doesn't recognize whether it's a thumbs up or whether it's a thumbs down. It really makes no difference from what I can tell. It's you've provoked an emotion in someone. Thank you. I very much appreciate that, and that's the way to deal with them. Just no tolerance. Just ta-ta. So sticks and stones and all that. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Mona the fat. Absolutely. Yeah, Mona is spot on. So, Linda, with regards to making a video, is there anything that I can give you hints and tips on? Have a think about it and let me know. Hugs to you all. Tanya, I've been watching on my big TV on the phone saying hi now. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. So, Lorianne, thank you for popping in and saying hello. Right, where was I? Yes. Any questions? Any questions at all? One of the other things that I've been working on is these are the papers that I've been working on. These are the samples. I'm hoping to actually sell these as digital downloads in my Etsy store. Now these are different colours to the ones that have already been offered. Oh, excuse me, sorry. These have already been offered in my Facebook group for free. This very similar. This is a slightly different colour, but it's very similar to this one down here. So these are actually going to. Oh, somebody has a question. Mona has a question. Okay, Joey, what editing software do you use? The editing software that I use used to be Microsoft Movie Maker. However, I don't use that anymore. I now use Adobe Premiere Elements, not the full professional software, the Elements. So I don't have a subscription. I bought the Elements and it's on the computer. So it's a step down from the Adobe Pro. Gail says that's so cool, making your own papers. Linda's asking, I guess it's just scary to do your first video. I learned I could use my smartphone as long as I have good lighting. How long do you think a video should be? I don't think there's any definitive answer. I guess it really depends on the kind of video you're doing. There are lots of people on YouTube who really enjoy watching all the details. So your beginners and people like that who like to see absolutely everything done in real time. And so they don't mind watching just that little bit longer a video. Then there are others who prefer just to see a time lapse, or they want to see just parts of it done in real time, and then, you know, parts sped up. So it's around about probably the most kind of average is kind of sort of round about the 10 minutes. I see a lot of 10-minute and 15-minute videos, usually with either voiceover or a little bit of music, and sometimes both. Oh, hello, Nina. Hello, Nina Rybina. Rina Rybina is an awesome person too. Thank you for joining me. Hello. How are you this evening? So, Linda, in answer to your question, the average or the most popular seems to be around about 10 minutes. But again, it really does depend on who's watching and the reasons why they're watching and what they're actually hoping to gain out of it. I know that doesn't definitively answer your question, but hopefully that helps a little bit. Question from Mona. What are you planning for Friday? Rachel has asked me to do a journal page. So I was toying with the idea of looking at doing perhaps a journal page. I'm not sure what kind of journal page yet, but that's kind of where my thoughts are going at the moment. So Linda, you have the elements as well, right? So if you have any other questions, then you know, you can email me if you like, or if you join, you would need to have at least one creative video up on your YouTube, and if you join the CAC, once you've got that video up on your YouTube channel, then there will be loads of people that will be able to help you on there, including myself. Linda, you're not sure how to do the voiceover. Okay, well, it's a bit of a pain in the backside to do it on Elements, but it's easy. It's kind of you get feedback. So when you're actually recording it, you can hear yourself in the speakers, which is a little for me, it's a little disconcerting. So I tend to turn the speakers off and then only put the speakers back on when I'm listening back. But you know, for your first video, don't overcomplicate it. Make it as simple as possible. Edit it in the way that you know how to edit, and maybe add some music. Make it that simple, and don't worry about overly complicating it, because the more you do videos, the more you will learn how to do videos. My very, very, very first video was 20 minutes long, and was a time lapse, and it had music, because that's all I knew how to do at that moment in time. The editing software can speed it up. The editing software can speed it up. Without being able to like screen share and show you on screen, it's a little bit complicated to show you. But what you're essentially doing is that there's an area in that software that will allow you to speed it up. There are loads and loads of videos on YouTube. And Gail is asking you not to put disco elevator music on. Okay, so it's usually me that approves in the CAC. So I will pop over to the CAC once I'm done with my live, and have a look. Okay, thank you, Tanya. I will keep it simple. Excellent. And then once you've got that video up, you can then, as I say, join the CAC, and you can get all the help you need for anything, and we help each other. So let's see, have I missed any questions? I answered Mona's question. Rachel, is it the same time every Friday? I try to kind of make it around about the same time. I think the only time that I won't go in the same time is if Cinnamon is on live at the time that I would. So if Cinnamon's on live on a Friday at the same time as I would normally go, I would change my time, because I'm very well aware that a lot of the people who watch me watch Cinnamon, and so I don't have an absolute set in stone set time, because it depends on whether I'm working early in the morning. So I really don't want to be going a little bit later if I'm working early shift. So I tend to make it in the afternoon. So it really does kind of depend. Does that help? Can we see that pic in the background? Right. Which one, Chrissy? This one. Haven't you seen this one before, Chrissy? This one. There you go. One of these days, I will actually get around to finishing this. This is actually oil. These are oil paints. Whoops. Clatter, bang, wallop. Now, I've got... You'll have seen this one. This one is out at the moment. The video is out for this, but I warn you, when you watch the video for the witch, beware of the ghost. It has chased poor Chrissy all over the place. And it nearly got, I believe it was Christine it nearly got. So just be careful. This one is in the making. I'm editing this one currently. So this one is being edited along with my painting that is now at the moment up in the Fife Art Exhibition. So yes, Chrissy, they nearly got you, I know. What can I say? You know, it's Halloween, it's that time of year. They don't seem to be here though. You will shout out to me if you see them behind me, won't you? Rachel says Oliver found it. Oliver's found the ghost. Has he banished it? Has he fought it off with his ninja kicks? So Mona says the witch. Oh, Mona, you're not the witch from the east. Linda saying wonderful portraits. Thank you, Linda. Oh yes, at the exhibition, that's right, of course. At the weekend when the kids were over, when my grandchildren were over, we took a trip to the Loch Ellis Centre, which is where the Fife Art Exhibition is, where my painting is hanging up. And I had thought, oh, do you know, in my infinite wisdom as grandma, I had said, right, kids, I am going to task you with finding my painting. I'll give you a clue at what it looks like. And I said, it's a painting where a lady's doing this. And so thinking that, you know, the Loch Ellis Centre, it's not a tiny place. I mean, it's not a huge place, but it's not tiny either. Think, you know, well, take them a little while to find it. I think we were there for all 2 seconds. And Oliver was like, there it is, Grandma. So yeah, that went a little bit quicker than we had anticipated. Oh dear. So anyway, where am I? I need to catch up. Poetic Angel Art is saying I'm the lesser known witch of the South. Apparently I'm just the wicked witch. But hey ho. Like Madonna saying that's really awesome. You all have that group to help each other create videos. Yes, Madonna, it is a really awesome group. And as I said, it was Cinnamon Cooney, the art Sherpa, who actually founded it. And it was really designed to give a place for people to feel less isolated, because when you're a YouTuber, it can feel quite isolating because you know you spend a lot of your time editing and recording and you know, doing all sorts of lovely admin stuff, and very few people will understand you when you talk about your analytics and etc. etc. So it's so Madonna's saying, may I call Southern Witch? And Christina's saying she's the Witch of the South. Well, I'm a Scottish hag. Chrissy says, yes, you're right. Okay, I can't even remember what I was saying, so I can't even remember what I was right about. Rachel says, I'm getting tired. Logan doesn't like sleep. He prefers milk every hour. Oh, Rachel. No, I won't say it. I almost said it, but I'm sure you're probably sick and tired of hearing it, so I won't say it. But they do grow up so quickly. My grandson is now laughing and smiling, and he's just adorable. He's just adorable. Although when they were there at the weekend, I was holding him and I was like, oh yeah, right, I'm going to have to put him down now because he's too heavy. Oh yes, sorry. Yes. See, that's what I get for going off on tangents. I can't remember what I was talking about. I'm worse than Billy Connolly. He used to do that all the time. He used to go off on tangents, but somehow he managed to get back to what he was talking about and finish off his joke. I don't. I just completely forget about it. Rachel says, yeah, they don't sleep. Rachel, it says swish, and then the kids are grown up. My son is already 25. Yeah, tell me about it, Mona. Kaylee is the eldest. She's now 30. Rachel's 26. No, she's not 30 yet. She's 30 she's 30 next year. Is she? No. No, she's 30 next year. Oh, Kaylee is 30. She is 30. Yes, she is 30. Oh, see, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. Rachel, you're 3 years younger than Kaylee. You're 3 years younger than Kaylee. There's 3 years between you. Yeah, and I'm 22. Oh, I'm getting old. Oh, seriously. I'm so old that I'm forgetting how old my own children are. That's how old I am. Oh dear. I'm being told to hush now. Linda says her baby's 18, but she's a cat. I'll bet you she's a snuggly cat though, Linda. Bet you she's a snuggly cat. How about I show you some of the other things that I'm working on, that I'm planning to put on Etsy. I'm planning to put them on Etsy for sale. Let me see. Have I got this? These are the finished ones. No, this one's not the finished one. Where's the finished one? Here's the finished ones. Right, this is what I'm planning to put up on Etsy for sale. Now, these are sketchbooks. They have been made with Tilda papers for the covers. It's a double-sided finish cardstock, and inside it there is sketch paper. Now, the sketch paper that's inside it is Arteza. So this is the sketchbook paper that's inside it. So we have, in fact, I wonder if it might be easier if I turn the camera down. Right, okay, so I'll turn this around. This is the front cover. The little booklet, the journal is hand bound. It is just a, forgetting what type of stitch that is, but it's sewn bound. This is the front cover. Inside it, there is a belly band. This is just a journaling tag. I may or may not do something else to this, I don't know. I may just leave it up to the person who buys it. There is 7 double pages, so I don't know how what that translates to, but there's 1, 2, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, sorry, 8 pages, 8 double pages. So is that 16? So, as I said, sketchbook paper, it is sewn. And at the back, there is another tuck spot. There is another journaling card. This one I have rounded off the corners. And this is actually a paperclip. It's half hidden. And so that can be used anywhere in the journal. Now these are all handmade, hand bound. There is this one as well. Again, on the inside, there is the belly bar with the journaling card. Again, I've rounded off the corners on this one, but this one I haven't. There's another tuck spot at the back, and there is another paperclip. So these I am planning to put up in my Etsy store. I thought they would make excellent Christmas gifts. I'm not sure when I'm going to put them up. I think I've got about 4. I've got 4 ready-made, but I don't know whether to wait until I've got them all made before I put them up. Now this is it's not Webster Pages. What's the other one? There is Webster Pages, and which is the same size, and there's this one. I forget the name of this traveler's notebook. Now I've got different traveler's notebooks. I also have a proper Midori, so an actual leather traveler's notebook. So you can see I've got all my different notebooks in here. Now these ones I tend not to share because this is where I really do an awful lot of my kind of just random sketches. Some of them are pretty rubbish, so I tend not to share them all. So that's kind of where I just mess about with kind of ideas. I usually carry this about with me in my handbag, but for some reason it seems to have made its way up into the art room, hasn't actually made its way back into the bag yet. This one is a lot bigger, as you can see. If I put that in front of that, you will see that it is bigger. It's not bigger height-wise, but it's certainly bigger width-wise. You will also see that now this is a shop bought. As you can see, it's stapled, and whilst it's okay and the covers are nice, and you know I bought it you know, to make with the actual journal itself. I think I'd much prefer my own. Now, there is a slight difference in size, but that's because the actual paper that I owned to put inside, you know, the paper that I had to put inside, the sketchbook paper, was actually a different. Rita, hello, Rita. I'm so glad that you've made it to the live. Unfortunately, I'm not painting today, but I am sharing with you what I'm actually hoping to put into my Etsy store. I've shared a few various different paintings that I've been doing and what I've been up to. So they are slightly different in size. However, for me, that doesn't matter because, and I will show you now, they will still fit in very nicely, as you can see. So they fit in these. Now this is saying Carpe Diem. Something stories. I want to say something stories. I can't remember what the actual make of this traveler's notebook is. Simple stories. That's it. Simple stories. I got this. It's simple stories. Chrissy says that she needs to go. She's up early in the morning. Thank you for joining us this evening, and thank you for hanging out. It's been a pleasure as always. You are an absolute star. Thank you. Good night, Chrissy. So, simple stories. This is the Simple Stories Traveler's Notebook. The other one is, oh, I said it earlier on. I said it earlier on. Anyway, they're the same size cover. So that is what I'm hoping to do. So as you can see, I think these would be lovely gifts. So I just need to decide what I'm going to ask in terms of price, whether or not I'm going to actually, because obviously I have to take into account material costs and things like that. I'm going to try and make them affordable for people. I need link to your store. I need new travelers books. Okay, no problem. They're not in the store yet, Christine, but what I will do is I will put a link into the Creative Tartanite Tribe as soon as these are listed. So I've got these two. I'll show you another one. Excuse me. This is another one I'm in the process of doing. I've done the belly bar, and I do have the tuck spot at the back, but what I haven't done yet, is I haven't, there's the card that I'm going to be doing the, my words escape me. The paperclip. This is what I'm going to be using to do the paperclip, and obviously I'll embellish it. And I will be cutting this into two so that there are two journaling cards. Hello, Helen. Hello. Thank you for coming in and saying hi. You are too funny. Do you need my address so you can gift me one? You're too funny. I like your style. Hi, Helen. Hi. Hello. So, I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. Now, there's another. There's another one as well. There's another type. Um, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we are. We've got this one, and we've got this one. So again, there is the belly band with a journaling card, and I've got a tuck spot with a paper clip. So now, can I ask you guys, is it enough what you get in the book as is, or do you think that there should be a little bit more in it? Because I'm thinking I just want to sell it as a plain book so that everybody can make their own mark on the books. I don't really want to decorate the pages, which is why I've left it as plain. Do you think that would be enough? Poetic Angel, we get first dibs, right? Whoever gets the link fast enough, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Whoever can get there fast enough. I can't, do you know, I love these papers. I absolutely love these papers. Now, as I said, these are by Tilda. I have contacted the company because the company no longer makes papers, and I wanted to make sure that they have an angel policy. So I wanted to make sure that I was able to actually sell these without breaching copyright. Some companies with papers, there are certain restrictions, and there are some paper companies that will only let you sell at craft fairs. They won't let you sell on Etsy. So there's things called an angel policy, and most companies have them. So I have contacted Tilda, and they have said that it's okay for me to sell, providing they're limited edition. Now, considering that they no longer make paper anymore, and once my paper pad has ran out, there will be no more. So these are absolutely 100% limited editions. And I think that in itself makes these particular ones really very special. And I love these papers, and I am going to be very sad to see them go. Very, very sad to see them go. I love them. Love them, love them, love them. So that's the 4 different, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different styles of papers that there are. Christine says that she doesn't have time to make them, only fill them. Well, there you go. Eventually, what I'm hoping to do is I will sell with my papers instead of somebody else's. Linda says, save your favorite for yourself. I think I probably will. I think I probably will. So that is what I've been up to. I think I'll just leave them out because I've got them in out of different places. I don't think they'll all fit back in the same place. So as you can see, I love traveler notebooks because I've got this one, I've got the other one, and I've got this one, which is not finished. I was starting to paint a portrait on this one. This one is a Jane Davenport one. And I have to confess that as much as I love Jane Davenport and I've enjoyed what I've done so far on this booklet, I'm afraid I ain't paying the prices that she's charging for one of these inserts. This isn't even watercolor paper. So no, I will be making my own from here on in. In fact, I have actually made my own. There's one there. This is mine. I've just been working through it, just adding bits and bobs as I go. So this is my junk journal insert. And I've just been adding every time I've had a thought. I've just been adding things. Every time I had a sticker or there's some washi tape. That is actually, I cleaned off some stamps on that. I thought that was really pretty. Yes, I do. This is watercolor. This is watercolor paper here. I haven't put it in a proper binding or anything yet, but I stuck this in here so that I would have some watercolor with me. So I have lots of different things, and I've got to show you this, guys. This is so cute. I was out with my daughter, and it was my daughter that found this. It's a purple tartan Westie. How cool is that? Sorry about the glare. It really doesn't want to focus, does it? There we go. That focuses better there. And the journals you're going to sell on Etsy, what paper is inside those? The paper that's inside the journals that I've already made is drawing paper. It's this Arteza. It's just plain drawing paper. It's not something that will take necessarily a lot of wet medium, although there's a lot of papers out there that say they don't like wet medium, but a lot of people will use watercolors in it. I actually thought what I might do is I might actually try out the Arteza. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oh, I've got the hiccups. I thought I might try out the Arteza paper on Friday and just see whether the watercolors actually work or not. And oh, speaking of things that work, I think I'm going to have to take down my live where I show people how to do the faux vellum, because that was a definite fail. Absolutely, I would not recommend it, not at all or whatsoever, because just when I thought that it had dried and that it wasn't leaking anymore, I noticed on one of my bits of paper that I'd had left kicking about that there was oil on it that had come off of the papers. So that is a definite fail. So sorry guys, it really didn't work. I was so hopeful for it too. I was so hopeful because I actually thought that it had stopped leaking and was ready to do the pulling of the name so that somebody could get some papers. So now I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my subscriber count is now at 888. In fact, you can't see me doing that. 888. It's never going to be 888 again, is it? 888. That is just absolutely awesome. Woo! So, it'll be either when I get to 1,000 subscribers or when the Facebook group gets to 100 members. So the Creative Tartanite Tribe, if we can get to 100 members, or I can get to 1,000 subscribers, I will definitely be having another giveaway. Oh, I'm at 889. Ah, see, I knew I should have taken a photograph of it when it was 888. So Christine has said that she's loved every Artis product she's gotten so far. Good quality for price. Fantastic. How would you make a watercolor notebook? Would you use watercolor pens? I am on the lookout for some decent watercolor paper that is not going to be too thick, but not going to be too thin. That when I've made a watercolor booklet before, and the watercolor paper, it didn't really like being sewn. It kind of ripped and things. So I am still, someone unsubscribed so I can get the picture. Or someone unsubscribed so Tanya can get a picture. No, it's okay. Oh, yeah. Right. Link for the Creative Tartanite Tribe. Now, the Creative Tartanite Tribe, we have a challenge, a monthly challenge. Oh, see, Mona's, she's on the ball. She's on the ball. We have a monthly, just turn that up a bit. We have a monthly challenge. At the moment, it is October themed, and this is currently what's on offer, free to download. So we've got some October papers. We've got pumpkins and brown leaves and lovely Octobery yummy goodness. No, you do not have to do the chat. Nothing is compulsory, Gail. Nothing is compulsory. It would be nice to see the odd message and, you know, share some creativity and maybe answer some of the question of the days, just to kind of, you know, participate and be part of the Creative Tartanite Tribe. But nothing, absolutely nothing is compulsory. If you get it done, you get it done. If you don't, you don't. If you message me and say, could I have the papers for the challenge, and I send you the paper, the files for the paper, I am not going to hunt you down and say, give me the papers back because you didn't do the challenge. Because for all I know, you could be drawing inspiration from those papers. For all I know, you might get you might use the papers the following month for a different project. So no, there really is no compulsory elements to the group. It essentially is a group where I'm trying to create a fun, safe environment for people to feel safe enough to share their creativity and to have a little bit of fun and meet new friends. That's essentially it. So no, do you know, Linda, I can't always keep up with challenges either. The only thing I have to keep up with is the Art Shepherd design team. I have to keep up with that. I'm afraid I committed myself to that one, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So okay. So Madonna is asking, what if you would cover a watercolor block? Could you explain what you mean by that? Do you mean as in watercolor block, that's the pad, that's the block, so it's glued on all sides, it's just got a tiny little opening where you slip something under and take the page off after you've finished with it? There's a shop called Tiger, I think they're Danish, they sell some wonderful stuff, also inexpensive. They do watercolor pads, I use them and fabulous value for money. I have some excellent watercolor paper. The only problem with the watercolor paper I have is that it's too thick to use in a book. So I have this watercolor paper. Now these are the flowers that I actually watercolored to make the papers, believe it or not. Like, see, recognize the flowers. So as you can see, it's almost like cardstock. So if I was to take this paper and fold it to make signatures, I'm not sure how they would fare. It's very, very thick, as I said, like card. Yes, Mona is saying that, yes, thank you, Mona. If you share the projects done with my papers, I would appreciate getting the credit. You know, if it would be wonderful if people were to share the fact that they're a creative tartanite, because the more that we encourage people into our tribe, then, you know, the more people that are going to join in. And I'm obviously not going to necessarily let absolutely every Tom, Dick and Harry in just because they say that they're creative. But people will always get the chance. They will always be allowed to come in, and if they abide by the guidelines and the you know, I daren't say rules, but they are kind of rules. But they're there for a reason. They're there to keep us safe. They're there to keep our environment safe. They are there so that we can feel safe to actually share. Rita is saying, how about multimedia paper for watercolor? Doesn't curl as much as other paper. Now again, it really depends on the type of multimedia. I've got multimedia paper that is just as thick and very like cardstock. I do. Gail, that's a very good point. I actually do have the Facebook group on my YouTube videos. Well, most of them they do anyway. I used to forget, but just recently I have been putting the Facebook group. I'm sure I have. Because I've got my Etsy store, my website. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I should check that. But no, I'm pretty sure that there's definitely some of them I have definitely put the Facebook group on. So thank you for that, Gail. I will look into that and make sure that I am putting it in. No, it's not on the live right now, and I'll tell you why it's not on the live right now, because this is the third time. This is the third time that I've actually had to retype everything. So a lot of what was already in there got taken out. And when I do a live, the chat remains with the video. So all the times that I put the link for the Facebook group actually stays in the chat. But yeah, you're right. It's helpful to put all that stuff in the description as well. But unfortunately, I had to type it out 3 times before YouTube would let me go live, because the first twice I spent ages staring at the screen with the little circle going round and round and round, and the word saying you're going live, and I didn't go live, and I had to go and reboot everything, and I rebooted the router, rebooted. But yeah, you're absolutely spot on, Gail. You're absolutely right. It would be a good idea to have the links in the description. And I don't think I've put all the links and things in other lives either. And I think that's probably down to that I've typed them out so quickly at other times as well that I haven't. But thank you for looking out for me. It's much appreciated. Yeah, Gail, absolutely. Wild, crazy YouTube indeed. Because I thought, oh, good grief, is that YouTube broken again? Because I heard that a few nights back, it was actually, it was off for a couple of hours, I believe. Oh, sorry, Nina. I hope you have enjoyed hanging out with me. I know I haven't done any creating today, but this was really just more of a catch up. I usually do my creative lives on a Friday. So thank you. Good night and take care. Where was my thought at? No. So Gail's saying we'd need something much thinner, a watercolor paper, maybe £90. I think it's about getting that balance, Gail, isn't it? It's about finding the paper that's not too thick, that it'll be able to fold to actually go into signatures, but not so thin that it's going to rip when I try and sew it together. Yes, Mona, I can add after. You're absolutely right. I can. So Gail says, yeah, I heard something on the national news about YouTube having something happen last week, but didn't hear the rest of the report. And Poetic Angel Art says YouTube needs to realise that smaller channels are as important as larger ones. Absolutely right. And Gail says, right, Tanya, regarding the papers. Yeah, it's really, it can be a bit tricky. But you know, at the end of the day, I think for what I tend to, I mean, I have like, no, it's not that one. I do actually have watercolor journals. I just, they're not there. Where's my watercolor journal? I don't know. I suspect it is probably in the other room. I do have watercolor journals, and so it is possible to get. In fact, ooh, there's a watercolor journal. This is my moleskin. This is my moleskin watercolor journal. Now, this is obviously, as you can see, thin enough to make into signatures and what have you. But do you know, in terms of actually working on it, I'm not overly impressed with it in terms of, I mean, it's okay. It's not awful, but it's nowhere near as good as my, oh, what's the name of it now? this one, the Langton, the Dalla Rowney. I mean, it's okay, but I'm not overly impressed with it. So it is obviously possible to get it for journals. I just have to find it that it's not quite so thick to be good, if that makes sense. So somebody said something about a binding machine. Those kind of papers are better to use with the bind it machine or something similar instead. Funny you should say that, Mona. I do actually have a bind it all. I do have a bind it all. So yeah, I could potentially make a journal out of the watercolor paper that's my favorite and bind it using the bind it all. But to be fair, I tend to just work in whatever journal I happen to have, regardless of whether it's watercolor or paper or not. This is a moleskin sketchbook, and it's meant for sketching, but I've used acrylics in it, I've used watercolors in it, and I'm trying to find, oh, I bet you it's not in this one. I've used inks in it. And I tell you what I've found as well is that this happens with acrylics. It sticks in the crease, and then it rips the acrylic paint off. This was one of my favourite paintings that I did in my journal. So I've actually started using a gouache because it doesn't stick so much. Yeah, it must be in my other journal. And again, my other journal is not, this is not watercolor paper. It is cardstock. It's actually cardstock that's in this one. It's the Dilutions. And this is, I think it's Twinkles watercolor. You can see that it's starting to kind of sort of move on the paper. It doesn't seem to like to stay put. That's watercolor. There we go. Here's watercolor. So although it's cardstock, and although there's, it's a little bit of buckling, you can see the paper's kind of sort of warped a little bit. It's not horrendous. So the only time you really need watercolor paper is if you really want the actual effects that will allow you to have. So you're blooming. So this kind of paper tends not to kind of bloom the same, but it's not impossible to use. Helen's asking, do you create a journal every day? I do something creative every day. It isn't always in my journal. It isn't always on paper. I do have some digital art on the go. I recently got into digital art, and as I was saying earlier on, today I was doing some sneak peek, doing some papers. Gail's asking, have you seen the acrylic paints that act like watercolors but they're permanent when dry? They are called watercolor gel acrylics. It's considered a craft paint. No, I can't say that I have. I have got acrylic gouache. Again, I got in the Art Sherpa Art Experience box. I got some acrylic gouache. So Gail's saying, I saw that there is a line by Martha Stewart and another by Deco Arts. I shall have to keep an eye out for that. I think sometimes a lot of the stuff comes out in the States, and we're kind of the last to know about it over here in the UK. Rita is saying, sorry, but I need to go. Can't wait till you get your books on Etsy. Thank you, Rita, for popping in. I will post in Facebook. I will post on my Tartan Taz Creates Facebook page, as well as my Instagram, etc., when they actually go up on Etsy. So Mona, you've got gouache. I think it's watercolors though, and I'm not so fond of them. I prefer regular watercolors. Yeah, I like gouache, but then I tend to use gouache a little like I'm using oil paints, and that's why I like gouache. I love watercolors as well, but I love watercolors for the effects, for the watercolor effects that you get, the blooming and the being able to soften lines, etc., just by adding just a little bit of water and being able to lift color and things like that. However, with gouache, I like that I can add and blend very similar to oils. In fact, I would actually say that if you use them in that manner, you probably would get a better experience from using gouache in that way, rather than as watercolors. Although I think there's a lot of people that enjoy using them very similarly to watercolors, but my personal preference is that I think that they're more akin to oil paints. So if you think on, like with oil paints, if you've got two colors that you try and mix that are not right, they will, you know, obviously make mud. I guess that happens with watercolors as well, right enough. If you get the two the wrong, mixing the wrong, you will get mud as well. But I use them thicker. I don't like using a lot of water with the gouache, because I like to use them a little bit more like oil paints than watercolors, if that makes any sense to anybody. So no, it would appear that neither myself nor Mona have actually seen them. So there you go. That's something to look forward to, no doubt. I'll have to check it out. Definitely. I will be checking YouTube. So that's pretty much it, unless there's any other questions before I go. I'm just quickly having a read of the messages. I really thoroughly appreciate everybody that's come. I know it's an hour and 40 minutes. I really wasn't expecting to be on as long as this, if I'm totally honest. I have had such a blast chatting with you guys and answering your questions. I hope I have been of some help. I really appreciate the feedback that you've given me on my books. I will try and get the ones that I have finished listed on Etsy, and let everybody know once they are listed. Linda is asking, can I get a link to your first ever video? Yes, you can. Hold on 2 ticks and I will get it for you right now. Let me see. I have to scroll back a lot. La, 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 la. Scroll back. There we go. 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I started YouTube. Wow. That is, there you go. 26 minutes and 59 seconds was my first ever, and it was a mixed media project, and it is nowhere near the art that I'm doing now. In fact, I'll do this one. There we go. There we go. That is the link to my very first video. So I do not, I really have to say, stop saying so much, don't I? So. Anywho, thank you, Mona, because it's an hour ahead for you. I keep forgetting. I'm so sorry. Lots of loving sparkles to you, Mona. You are sunshine on my dull days. Thank you for being a friend, and thank you for being here. And thank you so much for sorry, I just got distracted by a question. What made you want to start a YouTube channel? I guess because of the kind of work that I do, I really wanted to be able to have an outlet to share something else, to have something different in my life, and to be able to share art and spread creativity. And it just kind of grew from there. So I hope that answers your I hope that answers your question. Because yeah, sorry, I just got distracted there. We had another troll. I don't know if I've just deleted the messages. I don't know if I've managed to delete him or not. But yeah, oh, you got him. Thank you, Mona. Yeah, it's always a sign of becoming a bit more famous, isn't it? Brilliant. So where was I? Yes, I was saying goodbye and answering a question at the same time. I hope that answers your question as to why I started a YouTube channel. I really wanted to spread creativity and you know, be able to have a reason to keep creating and to help me to move forward. So it was a way of kind of making me show up as well. So the more I did videos, the more I practiced, the more I created, the more I improved. So there's a little bit of that. Good night, everybody. Thank you. You are all stars. I really do have to go now. I hope I have answered everybody's questions. And if you have any more, we can always meet back again on Friday when I come back to do some creating. So take care, everybody. Thank you. Good night, all. Good night, Helen. Bye.